In order for our brain to work effectively, it needs not only intellectual training, not only physical activity, normal sleep, fresh air, but also proper nutrition is very important for our brain. Because with a lack of certain substances in our diet, we may have problems with memory and concentration. And in general, we may feel increased fatigue. But of course, there is a way out. And if we enrich our diet with healthy foods, then our brain will begin to feel much better and will thank us very much. In this video, I will tell you about the food that our brain loves. So watch the video to the end. It will be very useful and delicious. So, let's go. Scientific studies show that some elements contained in our food have a very healthy effect on the state of our brain. So some amino acids support neurotransmitters and neurotransmitters that ensure the functioning of nerve cells. Some fatty acids strengthen nerve cells and are the building material for them. A number of antioxidants protect brain cells and reduce oxidation processes. So some foods are really a real storehouse for our brain. Item number 1 is berries. And first of all, they will include blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. Blueberries have very serious antioxidant properties, and if you consume only 2 servings a week, it helps to improve memory and also prevents memory deterioration with age. Dark berries, such as blackberries, cherries, and blueberries, are very good sources of flavonoids that improve the health of our brain. Although on the other hand, in our latitudes, berries are perhaps a seasonal phenomenon. That is, not all months of the year we can eat them fresh. But there is good news. The fact is that dried and frozen berries do not lose all their useful properties, so they can be consumed at any time of the year. The next item is nuts. Almost any nut is very useful for our brain. Thanks to the content of fatty acids in it, primarily omega-3, we will help our body very much. A number of nuts and seeds contain large amounts of thiamine and magnesium, and they have been proven to improve the cognitive functions of our brain. For example, Brazil nuts, on the one hand, since they are vegetable fats, various acids, and which nuts are best and how many of them should be eaten. Those who watch all my videos have probably heard what I think is the best nut. Walnut, according to the sum of factors. But I do not insist that you need to eat only walnuts and no others. Please. You can make a cocktail from different seeds and nuts. It is recommended to eat 30 to 50 grams a day. At the same time, because after all, besides, and in case of overeating, the load on the pancreas and liver increases. 30 to 50 grams a day is optimal. Let's move on. I remember as a child how my parents told me, eat fish. Salmon and trout are especially often celebrated here. But with fish, yes, because there are a lot of such useful omega-3 in it. The fact is that the more a person consumes omega-3 fatty acids, the less beta-amyloid content will be in his blood. And just the same, beta-amyloid provokes the occurrence of Alzheimer's disease. This is a serious disease, which is popularly called senile senility. The next item is turmeric. To date, it is known that neurons in our brain do not slow down their activity, but on the contrary, they can quite successfully continue to create new neural connections. Although it was previously believed that nerve cells do not recover and processes can only go for the worse, to date, it has been found out that this is not the case. So, one of the most important factors that affects the process of creating new neural connections is the neurotrophic factor of the brain, and it is turmeric that has this unique property. It increases the level of neurotrophic factor of the brain, and this has been proven to improve the functioning of our brain as well as reduce the risk of senile dementia. Moreover, turmeric has a large number of other positive properties that are not related to our brain. But this is probably in another video. Tomatoes. The fact is that tomatoes are rich in carotenoids, in particular lycopene and beta-carotene. And they are very powerful antioxidants that will protect our brain cells from damage by free radicals. And in general, they will have a very positive anti-aging effect and improve our memory and cognitive functions as well. Let's go further. Broccoli. In fact, any kind of cabbage will be very useful for our health, but broccoli has always stood apart from cabbage for a reason. This vegetable contains a lot of vitamin K, which is very useful for the work of our brain. So if you rarely eat broccoli, then you need to include it in your diet at least sometimes. Studies have shown that if we regularly eat dark green vegetables, we will keep our mind young until old age. And in addition to vitamin K, they also contain vitamin A, lutein, folate, and fiber. Let's move on. The next product that our brain loves is apples. In the 2006 year, there were large studies that showed that a natural biochemical compound called quercetin, which is present in apples, protects the neurons of our brain from oxidation processes very well. It has been proven that quercetin significantly reduces cell death in our brain, which is provoked by oxidative processes. And thus, apples are an excellent prevention of neurodegenerative disorders, simply put, senile dementia. The next item is green tea. Of course, green tea is considered curative for a reason, and it has such a rich history, and it has such a special place in the culture of the East and in Oriental medicine too. So as a result of a study that was conducted in the 2017 year, it was proved that the content of special substances in green tea, in particular the amino acids, L-theanine and caffeine, greatly improve the cognitive functions and memory of our brain. Moreover, they have a mild sedative effect. That is, they are able to reduce anxiety and, in general, calm down, adjust to a harmonious mood. The next item is the onion. The fact is that onions contain a large amount of phthalate, and it has been scientifically proven that phthalate will improve blood flow to our brain, as well as significantly reduce the level of the amino acid homocysteine. It is a sulfur-containing amino acid, which is a predictor of pathological changes in the body. Let's move on. Flax seeds and chia seeds. I decided to combine these seeds into one item because they have very similar properties. They contain a large amount of omega-3 fatty acids, in particular alpha-linoleic acid. This helps to reduce blood pressure, improve local blood circulation, reduce atherosclerotic manifestations, and in general, it is known that a significant percentage of senile dementia is caused by a deterioration in blood supply to the brain. That is why special attention should be paid to the capillarization of the brain. By the way, friends, and write in the comments, and which of these products do you eat? Share, tell, it will be interesting. And if you liked this video, then like and subscribe to my channel, and see you on that very video. See you later.